Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yoyis and I'm a lash artist in Las Vegas. And on my channel, I teach you guys everything you need to know about lash extensions. And for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this very wispy mega volume doll eye lash set. Alright guys, and for today's products, I am going to be using a mixture of 0.3 and 0.5 just to get a feel for both of them. So I am going to be using 0.5 for the spikes. Normally I use the same lashes, but as you can see, I don't have enough to do a mega volume set, so I am going to be using the 0.3 as the filler lashes just because I only got one tray, so I want to be able to work with this as much as I can since mega volume lashes do take up a lot more lashes anyways. So I know I'm going to go through these really fast, so I did want to mix in the 0.5 volume lashes, and since they only go up to 16 millimeters, I'm going to be using the 17 millimeters from another brand, but that's the only one that I'm using from another brand that isn't Veyes. She does want them wispy and she wants them a little long. Since 16 millimeter is not the longest that I like to make my spikes, I am using 17 millimeter, but that's okay. Everything else is going to be strictly Veyes. I'm going to be using their palette for the 0.3 lashes, so I am going to be going in first with the 0.5 for the spikes and then going in with the 0.3 as the filler. So I want them to be as thick as possible since she did want a mega volume set. And then I am also going to be using the eye pads that they sent me. These are just regular eye gel patches, so I will check them out and see how I like them. And then for my tools, I am going to be using the Veyes, the tweezer that they had sent me. And if you guys haven't seen my previous video on how to make mega volume fans, like the difference between volume and mega volume, in that video I do show you guys my favorite tweezers, and I did talk about that my favorite tweezers are these kind of tweezers. So I'm really glad that they sent me a tweezer like this, that way I could try it out for you guys. And then for isolation, I'm going to be using the Veyes Veyelash Curvy Bay tweezer. I love to use this tweezer for inner and outer corner lashes, and then in the middle lashes I like to use the Megavolume G2. These two together make my life so much easier for isolation. And then in case I do need to switch over to my other volume tweezers, I'm going to be using the SOCOLASHES 45-degree angle tweezer, and then the Elaine or Elan and the E04. And again, I'm going to have everything linked down below for you guys. I'm also going to have a discount code for Veyes. They sent me a discount code if you guys do want to try them out, but I'll have the discount code along with the website and all the products linked down below for you guys. And then also I'm going to be using the glue that they sent me, which is the Veyes Lash Adhesive. So it does say that it is 0.5 to 1 or 1 to 2 seconds. So how fast it dries depends on your room temperature and humidity. So I'm going to see how this works for me. And honestly, I'm going to give this a try for like a week or two to give you guys my honest opinion, because I don't want to do like a first impression types of video, because sometimes, you know, you have to get used to working with the glue. So I am not going to give you guys an honest review in this video. I'll probably end up putting it within a week or two, that way I could get a feel for it. So yeah, they sent me a 5mm glue to try out for you guys. And then they also did send me this purple tape, and technically it looks more pink than purple. It's like a purplish pink, but it's still super cute. And I did try it out, and the grip on this glue is glue, why do I keep saying glue? The grip on this tape is pretty good. Not gonna lie, it's like really good. I am not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna put it on the bottom lashes to hold on the iPads, because normally when I try to do that, I end up having a hard time with the iPads moving all over the place. So I am gonna be using my blue Next Care sensitive tape to hold down the iPads. That way I don't have any issues throughout the process. But I am gonna be using this tape to mess around with the eyelids. That way I can really get in there in case I need help. So I am going to be trying this tape out for you guys as well. I am going to be using a primer to prime my clients' lashes, because no matter what, I always have to wash and prime their lashes. So I'm going to be using the SOCOLASHES primer, and I don't know if this is cheating. because I do want to give this glue a good run. But again, I feel like no matter what I do, I always have to wash and prime my clients' lashes. And then even though I wanted to give this glue a try, I feel like it's best for me to use a sealer since my girl is paying me to do her lashes. I don't want to be responsible for her lashes not lasting in case this glue does not work for me. But I am giving it a shot. So for the purpose of this video, I am going to be using my sealer. I cannot do anybody's lashes without sealer. I need to make sure that that glue is going to set in perfectly. And then you already know that I'm going to start off and wash my client's lashes. So I kind of got cut off right there when I was talking about my lash bath, and this lash bath is actually a DIY. I mentioned it in all my videos, and I do have a video about my DIY lash bath. It is made out of the Prolonged Concentrate, so it is safe for your client's eyes. Again, I have to wash and prime my client's lashes no matter what. I feel like if you guys skip this step, your retention is not going to be all there. I do have a retention video where I talk about why it's so important to wash and prime your client's lashes, because if all you're doing is just priming your client's lashes, you're not really removing any oils or residue or even makeup that they have left over. So please do yourself a favor and wash your client's lashes. And then now I'm going to be going in with just regular water. You can use distilled water or regular water. I really don't have a preference, so I'm going to make sure that the shampoo is completely off their lashes. Shampoo, lash bath, you know what I mean. So I'm going in with a couple times with water to make sure that everything is completely off her eyes. And I quickly wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. By the time you're seeing this video, it is going to be Christmas week, so I wanted to wish you guys a very happy Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays if you guys don't celebrate Christmas. And if you're watching this way later down the road, then just totally forget that. Okay, once I'm done washing my client's lashes, I am going to fan her lashes out. I feel like this is very satisfying after you clean your client's lashes, just rolling your spoolie through their clean lashes. I don't know why it's so satisfying for me. But I always make sure I fan them drying completely before I put an eye pad. I don't want them opening their eyes and their eyes feel all wet, if that makes sense. So I make sure that their lashes are super dry before I go in with the eye pad. And again, I am using the eye pad that was from Veyes Lashes. And normally with my eye pads, I don't like to place them right on the waterline. I like to place them right at the bottom of the lash tips. That way I have room for my tape to hold down the actual eye pads and lashes. And the reason why I have the tape on the back of my hand is because it's easy access for me to grab and put them on the lash. I don't do this to detach the tape. I only do this to help me get the iPad down as fast as I can. Once their iPad is nice and comfy, nothing is bothering them, I'm jumping right into my lash map. Normally I like to prime before I do my lash map, but for some reason I skipped this step and then did it afterwards. I don't know why. So for my lash map today, she did want a doll eye, so I'm going to do the longer lengths in the middle. And normally for my doll eyes, I like to make a bigger box right in the middle. And since I am doing a wispy set, I'm starting off with the spikes. The numbers that I'm putting at the top, those are going to be my spikes, and then the ones that I'm putting down below, those are going to be my shorter lengths, which are the fillers. So I'm going to slow it down here for you guys in a bit so you guys can actually see the lash map. So if I were to start off from the inner corners, it will be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then going back down to 16, 15, 14. And then for the inner fillers, starting in the inner corners, it will be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then going back down to 13, 12, 11. So I will have the lash map and all the details down below in the description box if you guys do feel a little confused and feel like I didn't show it long enough for you guys to take some notes. So again, it will be in the description box before you guys start asking any questions, because there's always that one person that jumps the gun. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and prime their lashes. I always prime my clients' lashes no matter what. I promise you guys, if you guys start washing and priming your clients every single time, doesn't matter if it's a full set or a fill, it's gonna completely change everything for you guys. Your retention is gonna go from like okay to like what just happened. That's how good your retention is going to get. Doesn't matter what glue you use, as long as you are washing and priming your client's lashes, these two steps alone is going to change everything for you guys. And of course, you want to make sure that their lashes are dry before you start lashing. Okay, so my number one tip when it comes to doing a doll eye wispy is to start off in the middle section. So I'm actually going to start off with the spikes. If you guys don't know what spikes are, they're pretty much just volume fans pulled off the strip, dipped into the glue, and placed on the natural lash if they were classic lashes. Nothing hard about it. I will be doing a video all about spikes, but I'm telling you guys, it is like super easy. It's like putting a classic lash on there. So if you guys haven't seen any of my other wispy videos, I recommend to go watch those as well, because I go more into detail of wispy sets and how I do my wispy sets. But in case you are new here and if you guys haven't seen any of my other videos, pretty much what I like to do with my wispy sets is for my spikes or the longer lengths, I like to make them 3 millimeters longer than my actual filler lengths. So the reason why I like to make them 3 millimeters longer is because you're able to see them more. They will actually stand out a lot more. So for this set in particular, she wanted them extra wispy, like a lot of texture. So what I'm doing is about every 2 to 3 lashes, I am gonna add a spike. So as you can see, I am working within that section 17 and 14, and I'm adding about a spike every 2 to 3 lashes. And as you can see here, I did a close-up for you guys just so you guys can see that isolation. And I also wanted to give you guys another tip. If you guys want your lashes to look super wispy, don't worry about your spikes being perfectly closed. I like my spikes to be opened just a little bit, that way when you actually get done with the lashes, they look super textured. I mean, if you're going for that super perfect, really perfect look, then yes, you can make your spikes really closed up. But again, she wanted them super textured, super wispy, so I like my spikes to be a little bit open, so I'm not too particular or too crazy about them being really closed and perfect. So when it comes to my spikes, I always place them on the first layer of lashes. If you guys are new and you guys are wondering what I mean by layers, you tend to have about 3 to 4 layers within your eyes. So I always place my spikes within the first layer. That way it gives or elevates the spikes a little bit more and they are more noticeable. So if you are placing your spikes within the second or third layer, they are gonna blend right in with the inner filler or the shoulder lengths. So make sure that when you are adding your spikes, you add them to the top row only. And then once you're done with all your spikes, I'm going to go in with that pink purple tape and pull back the inner corners. I always start off with my inner corners. For some reason, it's so much easier for me. So I am pulling back the inner corners. If you guys don't know, I do have a taping video where I show how to use tape to help you get in the inner corners. One tip I will give you guys when it comes to mega volume lashes is that the inner corner lashes are very small and sometimes very sensitive. So even though you are using 0.03 lashes, try to make your inner corner fans smaller. So I do make them way smaller than what I would normally make them for my other lashes. So typically my mega fans, I like to do about 20D since they are 0.03, but for their inner corners I like to do 10D fans just because I want to keep those inner corner lashes super healthy. So I like to do about 10D. I'll do 15D the most, but since they are 0.3, they are a lot lighter, so I'm able to work with them a little bit more. And now I'm just finishing the inner corners, adding some fans on there. Guys, I am making my fans. I'm making my fans, I promise you guys. Just the way I'm editing my video is making it seem like I'm doing them way too fast, but I promise you guys I am hand making them I'm making them as I go. And as you guys can see here, I did happen to get those two lashes together, so all I did was pull them off. And the reason why I kept this in this video is because I wanted to show you guys that it still happens to me. It's okay to always double check your work and make sure that nothing is sticking. So now that her natural lashes are getting thicker and thicker the more I move up, I am making my fans bigger. So now I'm just going to finish off the inner corners and start working on the rest of the eye. As you guys can see, it's coming along together, and the reason why I like to do the inner corners first is because it's always the hardest part, and when you get the hardest part out of the way, the rest of the lash is so much easier to do. So again, now that I'm working my way towards the middle of the eye, my fans are getting bigger and bigger, and normally I like to work between both eyes, so go back and forth. I don't like to do one eye at a time, even though in the beginning it did look like I was just working on one eye, and I wasn't. I promise I was going back and forth, just the way I edited it made it seem that way. But I always like to go back and forth, that way it gives my lashes enough time to dry. Like as soon as I place a fan, I let it there to dry and then go and work on the next eye. That way that fan that I just placed had enough time to dry. You definitely don't want to be doing one eye at a time, or let alone doing one extension right after the other and then doing the next one, if that makes sense. So make sure to work between both eyes, or if you are going to be working on one eye, do the inner corner and outer corner, like go back and forth between that. You definitely don't want to be doing or placing an extension right next to one that you just placed, because that glue is still drying and that's when stickies happen. So if you guys are having issues with isolation because you have so many lashes in the way, I recommend to use tape. So I am going to be going in with that purple tape, and as you guys can see, I double taped it. So I made sure that I taped it on the part where I was going to hold the extensions back. If you guys do struggle with tape and you feel like your extensions stick to the tape, then I recommend to tape the back. That way when you remove the tape, you have no issues with your lashes sticking on there. Normally I like to just detack that side and only leave the stickiness on the outside, but I didn't want any problems today at all, so I made sure to tape the inside of the tape. That way I could just go ahead and start lashing again, and then when I remove that tape, it will be easy peasy to remove. So now I'm just going to add some cute little music. You guys know the drill. That way you guys can enjoy me lashing the rest of the lashes, and then I'll be right back when I'm ready to give you guys some more tips.
Don't deny that I could use some company. All my friends say, honey, just let him be. Now your perfume stuck on my shirt, and there's an empty left in my bed. I don't know about you, I'd put you first. I bought some new flowers, they're all dead. First you are in, then you are out, like snow in the spring. I just want your time. I just want your time, oh, oh, time. I need your time. 365, 24/7, I'll be fine, as long as you spend a little time. Just want your time. Make me feel like we could be something more. The way your light shines, there's no shadows anymore. But then you put doubts and doubts and doubts in my mind. Still, you make me feel like we could be something more.
Okay guys, now for the actual review. I am 100% impressed with these lashes. I had no issue fanning them out. The 0.5, I did play with them yesterday and they fanned out so beautifully, but the 0.3 mega volume lashes were it for me. They worked beautifully. The tweezers, the had amazing grip. I've been using them ever since and I can't get enough of the tweezers, and overall everything just worked out beautifully. The glue was good, everything was good. So I 100% recommend this brand, especially the lashes. They look so beautiful. Again, I'm gonna have the discount code and all the product links in the description box, so definitely go check them out and make sure to go follow them on Instagram. So that pretty much wraps up today's video. If you guys did like it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you guys don't miss out on future lash content. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Then you are out like snow in the spring. I just want your time. I just want your time. Your time. Oh.